Why is my ex hot and cold? That's what we're going to be talking about in this video. We're going to talk about what's going on with them emotionally that's causing them to behave this way. And we'll also be talking about how this kind of fits into the bigger picture of the world of getting back together. But first, my name is Clay with modernlove.life, where we help you get the great loving relationship you're looking for without having to play mind games, without having to play hard to get, and without having to pretend to be someone or something that you are not, because you deserve to be loved for the unique, amazing, and wonderful person that you are. And if you agree with me, do me a favor by hitting that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. Please think about subscribing to the YouTube channel down below. And also, consider leaving a comment as well too, letting me know what sorts of hot and cold behavior you are experiencing from your ex. In this video, we are going to be talking about some big picture stuff. Specifically, we're going to be talking about trust. This is something that we do talk about building within our course called Effortless Connection. If you're interested in checking that out, go ahead and find a link for it down below in the description box. If it seems like a good fit for you, feel free to sign up. If not, no worries. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. Your ex is acting hot and cold. You know, maybe one moment they're saying something like, hey, I still have feelings for you. I love you. I'm attracted to you. I regret our breakup, whatever. The next day, the next moment, they're saying, actually, I think we should just be friends. I don't know why I said that. We should move on. We should never talk again. We should date other people, things like that. And there's often this like back and forth kind of thing that can go on within your ex. And it has led some people on YouTube to speculate that your ex is testing you and you just need to like smash them into submission by passing their tests and showing them how high status and alpha and whatever the female version of alpha is. Alpha, female, is that even a thing? I don't know. But you have to smash them into submission. The truth is that you don't necessarily need to do this if you understand what's happening within the big picture. Now, what is happening within the big picture is there's a certain spectrum that your ex may fall upon. This is what we would call the 5 stages of getting back together. We have a whole video series explaining the 5 stages of getting back together. And typically if your ex is giving you hot and cold behavior, it's because they're right in the middle. That's to say they're kind of waffling back and forth on that sort of, pivot point right in the middle, kind of like, a teeter-totter or something like that. By the way, if you want to learn more about the 5 stages of getting back together, we have that whole video series up there. Feel free to check it out if you need to get caught up onto speed on what that's all about. But basically, this whole spectrum is a spectrum of trust. And, someone asked me, like, how does the 5 stages of getting back together fit into the triangle of commitment, which we've been talking about for the past couple of months? And the truth is that the 5 stages of getting back together is a component of the trust aspect of the triangle of commitment. And as you start to increase levels of trust, they're going to start to move through these 5 stages of getting back together to the point where they actually start to get towards complete trust of you. So there's the answer to that question. Your tools are still going to be the same. Get on the same team, connect emotionally, have good communication, build up that trust, and get to the point where you can have a good new beginning together with the two of you. Again, that's all stuff we talk about inside Effortless Connection, and the emotional connection part is what we talk about inside of ESP. But, both of those are down in the description box if you want to learn more about them. Basically, your ex is not testing you, so to speak. It's not like they're saying like, okay, here's my ex, here's this person I broke up with. I'm going to test you by, intentionally dangling some sort of commitment or closeness or something in front of you, and then I'm going to pull it away like some sort of, sadistic a-hole or something like that. Is that something that they might be doing? Maybe. I don't know your ex, but I do know a lot of people, and most people aren't that sadistic, which means that your ex is probably just a normal person who's confused, okay? Basically, they're in that middle of that trust spectrum, in the middle of those 5 stages of getting back together, and they're kind of waffling back between predominantly trusting you and predominantly not trusting you, okay? And when they are more in line of the 51% or greater trust for you, that's where you get that hot behavior from, because the positive emotions, the positive pull of everything that you've done so far is in control. And when you get the cold side of that spectrum, that's because their 49% or less positive emotion for you, and that's causing the negative side, all the reasons why the two of you broke up, all the reasons why the two of you weren't working out to begin with, that is in control. And so what you want to do is you want to realize that this is really a trust issue. This is not an issue of testing where you need to beat them into submission and punish them for their totally normal behavior of not knowing exactly what they wanted, being confused. This isn't a matter of, punishing them because, you think that they're playing mind games with you or anything like that. I mean, maybe they are, you know them better than me, so you'd be able to tell me if they're playing mind games or not. Typically, what you actually want to do is you want to focus instead on building trust. Again, this is about trust. This does fall within that point of the triangle of commitment that does cover trust. And so this says, okay, that means we need to go back and we need to say, okay, where are we out of alignment in the triangle of commitment? Obviously, the trust aspect needs some work on, but that is really a reflection of the other 2 points of the triangle, which are being on the same team and communication. Okay, where are we out of alignment in there? Typically, I've talked to a lot of people on coaching calls and such, and the main area that most people are out of alignment with, definitely in pretty much all situations that I've encountered, is that they do not view themselves as being on the same team as their partner, or their partner does not view themselves as being on the same team as the client. And so what we want to do is we want to create that context where the two of you can be on the same team so that you have that understanding in place moving forward that, like, okay, I'm not going out of my way to hurt you or pull a fast one on you. I don't think you're going out of your way to hurt me or pull a fast one on me. So why don't we just agree that we're on the same team and we'll figure this out together? Is that something that you can agree to? And once that context is in place, it makes the communication a lot easier and it makes the trust flow a lot better. Of course, there's typically more that you need to do behind just saying that, but it does stand to create a good foundation and a good bed in which we can kind of create the rest of the other elements at play here. Then, of course, there's the communication aspect. Can you walk the talk of being on the same team? Can you minimize those gaps in misunderstanding that create the possibility for conflict and strife and hurt feelings and stuff like that? And can you also create a sense of rapport between the two of you and an emotional connection that can create the possibility for the two of you to kind of step forward through that degree of trust? And as you do this, as you start to build up more of this emotional foundation through being on the same team, through clear communication, and through emotional bonding, you're going to actually start to increase that trust that's going to push them past that, kind of midpoint where they're kind of a little bit hot, a little bit cold, a little bit hot, a little bit cold from one day to the next. And as you do this, they're going to see, okay, I can start to trust you. Okay, it's not just me alone in the world and I have to like somehow keep my defenses up against you, and vice versa. You don't have to keep your defenses up against them. And as this happens, they'll start to release themselves more into trust, and that's where things start to get a lot easier. But that's maybe a little bit theoretical. I hope that does give you a sense of what's going on, though. The reason I do go into theory is because we want to see a big picture idea about what's happening in your relationships and in your dynamics. So, you might want to go through that and see if that makes sense for your situation, and if there's an area that you're out of alignment with the triangle of commitment, and check out the 5 stages, all that stuff. But if you do want to learn more about how to create a stronger commitment and stronger connection with your ex, yeah, Effortless Connection is a great way to start. It's our new course. We just officially launched it maybe a month or so ago. But yeah, you can go ahead and check it out down below in the description box. If it seems like it's a good fit for you, feel free to sign up. But yeah, anyway, if you like what we're doing here, once again, help a guy out with his YouTube channel, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, hit that button down below, hit the little bell icon too. For some reason, I added that. Whatever. You just hit all the buttons, okay? And leave a comment letting me know what sorts of things you're noticing from your ex. What kind of hot and cold behavior are you experiencing? Anyway, share that in the comment section below. If you do want to learn more about what your ex is thinking, what their experience is, you might want to check out this video series over here on, unsurprisingly, what your ex is thinking, or you might want to check out this video right here. But once again, my name is Clay. Please take care, and I'll talk to you next time.